Good morning, everybody. This is Panda. So last night I had a few close encounters. This city is very unstable.
And they all met in like very cool ways. And so you would like try all the levers.
But with that said, everyone, I am a travel photographer and documentarian and a travel consultant. And lately, I haven't been having the best luck whatsoever. Hello, Brent. Yeah, it's a beautiful day, but last night wasn't so beautiful at all. Not once, but not twice, but 4 times last night. You got perpetrators out here looking to steal and rob people. If I wasn't in front of the hotel yesterday, I probably would have been robbed. And lucky there were a few people outside, yeah. So, this city is very unstable. I could have lost all my things last night if I wasn't in the right location that I was. So, this morning we are in Central Park. This is like a famous location where a lot of photographers come and do a lot of their portraits here. And I came here last night and I hide. And you're not supposed to be in Central Park after midnight, but I didn't care. And as you can see, but with that said, everyone, yeah, it's getting to a point where safety is not everyone's priority here anymore in New York City. It's a very pleasant morning, don't get me wrong. But once it starts hitting around 11 o'clock, that's when, I don't know, you can say, the idiots come out and play it. I'm just having a really difficult time trying to deal with this lifestyle right now in New York City. I probably could handle it in any other place other than New York City, but New York City is just too expensive. I'm sorry, but food prices are just too expensive for small portions that you get. I am so sorry, but the portions that they serve here in New York City are just like, it's redundant. It needs to be upgraded to more portions. If I'm going to spend $12, this is why I always get boiled ramen from one place, well, a few places, but every time I come back, the owners know my situation. So they always offer me, hey, Panda, you want extra ramen? I was like, I don't have extra $3 for a bowl run. It's on the house. Sometimes on the house and sometimes it's not. Yes, it's too expensive to a point where it doesn't matter if I was to get a job. So I was talking to my friend Mike last night, and he was saying, what happened to that job that you're just going to get? I was like, listen, that job didn't turn out or pan out the way I thought it would. It's paying $11.20 an hour. Who's going to make money in this city, $11.20 an hour, and rent? Mind you guys, let me explain how this is working right now. New York City has increased their rent. So the first month or the first year, rent will go up 4%. The second lease on your rental, the rent will go up 6.2% in New York City. Not only that, this city is trying to increase not just the rent prices, but the taxes in general. The taxes are 8.8% here in New York City. That's the highest. It's one of the highest in this country. New York City is just not a very stable place. You got 9 million people living here, but you only have, what, half of the population housed? I shouldn't say half of the population housed. there's a good chance of this 36% of chance that people are not housed. That includes bike messengers. That includes bike delivery drivers. That includes people that deliver your food, either in a car or on a bike or in a van. So take it with a grain of salt. Yes, Glenn. I'm just having some difficulty sleeping, and I ran into some problems last night. The first guy last night literally walked up to me and asked me to have a light. I was like, I don't smoke. He goes, you don't have to lie to me. I was like, oh my panda, I don't smoke. Right? He goes, I'll fucking break your face. And I was like, okay, now you're getting me pissed off. I said I don't have a fucking light. I don't have a light. Now walk away before I break your face. And then this guy comes over. Is like, what's the problem? I was like, this guy asked me for a light and he just freaking starts threatening it. So I walked away with the white guy. And then I went to the other side of Central Park, and right there on 57th Street and 6th Avenue, there was a bike guy that does the bike deliveries. I don't know what you want to call it. The tours on the bikes. I was standing in on the corner, and the guy was like, hey, can I stand here? I was like, it's a free country, man. There's a whole big street to stand on. He goes, I fucking break your face. This is my spot. I was like, then show me some city papers as your spot, friend. I'm standing here waiting for the light. Come on, friend. Don't tell me to move. 12 million people live here or exist here. I think that is actually pretty damn accurate, because statistically said that who's to know that the statistics on census is correct? See, this is the problem. We believe whatever the news media tells us. This is the numbers. You got to look at the bigger picture for yourself and self-experience. This is where you have to watch and pay attention to your surroundings. Look what happened last night in the live stream at the Penn Station while it was raining. The homeless prick guy was messing with two female cops, sexual harassing them, messing with them. They told him not to come back, ever. He's a womanizer. He steals a lot. So he thought he was smart enough to shave. Now, guys, you probably saw him on my YouTube channel in the past, but he was a bearded guy, and he literally shaved yesterday. Thought the police wasn't going to figure him out. And you saw what happened yesterday in the live stream. That was totally unnecessary. Well, I got that the third time last night, but this time it's on me. I'm sorry to say this, but some gay homeless guy thought I was looking for some fun last night. And I was like, dude, I'm on my phone. How am I looking for fun? It's like, guy, please. I was like, can you do me a favor? Just pretend this never happened. This conversation never happened. And then he throws a bottle of water at me. It's like these people are very unstable. Yes, it's mostly homeless, but the fourth one wasn't homeless. The fourth one was a guy walking down Fifth Avenue. I guess he doesn't like people. I don't know what was his problem. But last night it just made me feel very uneasy. Like I don't feel a part of society anymore. I don't feel like no one's giving me the opportunity like I used to have. And I had said this to a friend on Instagram yesterday, that I pretty much did a lot of fun things as I was a kid, as I was growing up. I had many job employments. I had many opportunities. I think that is cashed out already. I think I need to reboot and start over, which means that I literally have to start over and do a hard reset on something, because there's no way I'm going to be part of this New York society, and I'm never going to be a part of this New York society. I'm not going to ever be among these New Yorkers, or New Yorkers to want to be New Yorkers. I'm not going to be ever part of this, because you guys don't give people a fair chance. You criticize people all the time. You look at people as if they're abomination. Like yesterday, I was being looked at as if people were confused. And it's like, telling this guy, yes, I'm homeless. What's the big deal about it? He goes, well, you're putting yourself at risk with all this stuff. Like, I've been doing this for the last 2 years, and you know what? People have no idea what I've been through. So stop pretending you know, because you haven't been through that experience. Literally, you haven't been in these shoes. So what makes you think you have the answer to everything that I'm looking for? because you don't have the answer to what everything I'm looking for. Because no one has the answer. Only I have the answer, but I'm the only one that can look for that answer, not you. Yes, there's always motivation, but that's not the answer. Motivation comes from me, and now I think I have to leave New York, and this is why I'm trying to emphasize why I have to leave New York. This is not a structural and fun or stable place for me, literally. One of those factors, as I said before, is the rent. 2, rent has gone up, taxes have gone up. Inflation has started people to increase food prices. Oh my Panda, like last night someone said, "Hey Panda, how about you go get some halal food?" And I was like, I don't have halal money to go to get it, but we talked about that briefly, how it went from $6 to $12 for the same dish. How can you do a 600% increase on the same dish that was $6-7? Now you want $12 for it. That's New York City. This is why people are starving, because people are overpricing food when, let's be honest with you guys, not everyone in New York City is a good cook, and not every place in New York City has been so kind to my stomach. I have been food poisoned not once, not twice, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, not 7 times, but dozens of times I have been food poisoned in New York City, not this year, but also in the past. This is why we only go to certain places that we know we are not going to get go get sick or cross contamination, which does happen here a lot in New York City. But here's another thing. People are starving, you got a nerve to increase prices, but you throw away so much food in the city. So much food that you can literally feed the city of Bangladesh. Oh, am I saying that right? The city of Bangladesh. People 3 times over. Literally, guys, just walk around the city. If you live in New York City, just walk around the city. Look at the food dispensaries or the trash. Inside those trash bins are perfectly good food. This is why this organization, this brand called Imperfect Foods came out. Because people will throw away, and Whole Foods is good at doing this shit. So is any other market here in New York City. And I'm sorry to use language, but markets here in New York City got a tendency of throwing away imperfect, impractical foods that looks imperfect just because they got a scar or a mark on them. Did you know that is eatable food? So let's talk about marketing supermarkets and their image. If you put a rotten bruised apple on a display, people feel like, oh, I'm not going to shop there. They have rotten food that looks abused. Technically, it's abused because we abuse it on the way of transportation when we actually pick it, or we pluck it from the grass, or we pick it from the tree, or we do our landscaping when we are farmers, right? So over time, things do get abused, but they're still eatable. You just cut that piece off and just eat it. But well, markets here have an image like we cannot display imperfect foods because that's a turnoff. When did society turn off or turn their back on food that is eatable? Think about that, ladies and gentlemen. People are starving in the world, and New York City is one of these cities that throw away constant food all the time. But with that said, everyone, good morning. If you guys want to support the channel, there's a PayPal, Cash App, Venmo. Because we haven't been, this is another thing I need to talk about too. My eating consumption. So I need to start eating at least twice a day, not once every 2 days. Because that's taking a big toll of my health. And that's another problem in New York City. The problem in New York City is that I can't afford the food, so I can't eat every day. So we got to eat cheap, impractical foods that are not cooked, like grapes. Now, keep in mind, fruits are great all the time, but sometimes cold food is not good for you all the time. You can ask any doctor, any physician. Eating the same practical foods all the time is not healthy for your body. You need to switch it up sometimes. So, I can't because no one's buying prints. I'm not accusing you guys in anything. No, I'm just saying people are not buying prints. People are not buying my work. People are not supporting the work. People are now barely supporting the channel really with the donation. So yeah, it's kind of hit and miss here and there. So, and that's the problem. I'm noticing blood pressure is going higher than normal. And when I sleep at night, my body tends to numb on one side of my body, which is not good. That's a bad sign. So I need to start preparing. By the way, the big field is over there. Faith in leaning on God. And as I said before, I'm not a spiritual person. To be honest, I don't talk about God, but I appreciate the sentiment. And I have said this many times before that I know I am Muslim descendant, from my father's side, Muslim father's side, but I grew up with Japanese parents, Buddhism, so yeah, I'm not really a spiritual person, as I said, and I do apologize if I sound very, I guess, blank. Yeah, but I've always been like that since I was a kid. Never believe in anything because I don't. The things that have happened in my life, this is why I don't believe. The things that occur, this is why I don't believe. The things that happen for no reason, this is why I don't tend to read the books or brush up on spirituality. Or is it spirituality or spirituality? I need to look that up. Yes, lost it all twice. Actually lost it 3 times and got it back, but I didn't get it back because of God. I got it back because of people. That's what people have to understand. It's not God. It's people that help me get it back. That's the people that I want to support. That's the people that I will praise. I can't praise something that man has told man over the centuries and course of time about God. I'm sorry, but there's so many conflicted stories about God that this is why I don't mind it. You would never see me go into a church. You will see me pray when I pray for my lost dead ones, like Yuki, not Yuki, I'm sorry, Ayaka, Nami, Yoroko. You guys don't know Yoroko. Yoroko is an old cousin of mine. When we were high school students in Japan, she committed suicide and jumped in front of a train in Osaka. You can Google that story if you want on Google. Happened back in 94, 95. So yeah, and she was like really pretty and really nice, but girls didn't like her because yeah, she liked foreigners. So there you go. But with that said, everyone, I just think New York is not practical for me. It's not very pleasant. But anyway, guys, I'm in Central Park. I had to hide because now I just don't feel comfortable. I don't feel safe. I don't feel relaxed. I feel very paranoid. I feel very depressed when I'm not doing anything all day. You know? And yeah, you guys are probably say, why don't you get Uber Eats? Now Uber Eats, listen, I signed up for that long time ago. Actually, 6 months ago. Listen, if I don't have a electric bike or electric vehicle, or I can lie and say I have a bike, but like they're not gonna do that. And plus, it's not worth it when I'm gonna be sleeping outside on the street. Because think about it, everybody. The delivery drivers that deliver your food are homeless too. I have showed that already where they sleep. They sleep at the flat. They sleep at the Madison Square Park on the Madison Avenue side. They sleep on the Third Avenue Park side. They sleep at Union Square, Thompson Square Park. They sleep at what is it, Washington Square Park. We've been there. We saw that. I hear you. I never try to force my beliefs on people. Just trying to plant a seed. I hear you. And that's why I said earlier, like, I don't mind people planting the seed. I'm just not a very spiritual person. I don't mind it. I just, you won't hear me say any, you won't hear me talk about it. That's all. Unless someone brings it up. But as I was saying, for me, I just feel very paranoid, very depressed, scared. Like, I feel like people in this city, I don't trust me, and they don't even know me. It's so sad. So sad that like people in the city don't trust me, and they don't even know me because they never got the chance to do so or hear my story. Listen, folks, I came a long, long way to New York City, and all I got from New Yorkers is this here, this there. Oh, you're not a citizen in New York City. You can't get these services, and you have to be here. You got to live here for at least 18 months. You have to have an address, a physical address. It's crazy. You got to have a physical address to get services from the city. That is so disillusional from reality that people need services regardless where they're from or not. How dare you subject someone to say you're disqualified because you are not a New Yorker? That's so bad. Yeah, human resources in New York City, you guys are so bad at your job. If we can do that in Madison, Wisconsin, we can do that in Portland, Seattle, Vancouver, Winnipeg, San Francisco, California, Texas, even Boston. You're telling me these cities can give people services? Doesn't matter where you came from. You want to start over, right? You want to start your life over? Yeah, we can help you. But no, you come to New York, it's like, no, we can help you until you establish some found ground here, a foundation based on it. That is so unpractical. Hey guys. Hey new guys. So with that said, everyone, I just feel like I am a victim of not just domestic crime, but discrimination in New York City. I feel like I am being, what's the word I'm looking for? I guess you can say people have been torturing me with the belief that they think I'm the bad person. I'm not. Not the bad person here. I'm just broke, hungry, and I just don't know what I want to do for the rest of my life anymore because I had some good jobs that I'm satisfied with, and I'm proud to have jobs that I have. But now these jobs, right now, people are asking, well, isn't the country hiring right now? If you look at the statistics, if you look at the numbers of jobs that are being provided, half those jobs, well, most of those jobs, people don't want jobs that pay $11 an hour, $12. They need a job that pays $18, $19, at least $20 an hour to keep up with the rent, bills, electricity, food consumption, transportation, whatever you may need it for. $11 is not going to do shit because $11 don't even do a damn thing in Madison, Wisconsin. And that is a cheaper place to live. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind that I'd rather be in San Francisco and deal with this. But then again, San Francisco is not a very good place either when it comes down to the homeless or to people that need a fair chance. Now, keep in mind, I'm not a criminal. I don't have a criminal record. I'm not a thief. I don't have a criminal thief record or a robbery record. I'm clean. Don't do drugs. Well, back in the day, we had our fair share of consuming THC, but I digress. But like, not an alcoholic and not a douchebag. I try to give everyone the benefit of the doubt, and sometimes I can be critical, yes. But some people take things literally out of context, and that's why I always say, take it with a grain of salt. That New York City is not for everyone. And I noticed yesterday people were excited to be here for the first time. And I was like, yep, your first time might be your last time for some people. Fucking allergies, man. Yes, I have allergies. My eyes are watery. I don't have eye drops. I don't have eye medicine. I can't go buy eye drops. Oh, my panda. Guys, you want to help out? Guys, I'm selling prints. I'm trying to leave New York City, please. Guys, I'm selling prints in 2 formats. Frame and glass. Glass is laser printed, so it's all glass. And frames are just normal frames, but it depends on the frames that you want. It can be different size. It can be thin bezel. But, sorry, my allergies, my eyes. This is why I don't want to show my face, because my face is red. Oh, my panda. Fucking eyes, man. So bad allergies. But with that said, everyone, please buy a print. I appreciate you guys could think about buying a print to help support me as a travel photographer, documentarian, houseless, traveling, and not very happy in New York City at this time. Not feeling very secure or safe. Now, as you can see, you do see people walking down this stretch of road here, and these people don't even have an idea of what I've been through, because they don't want to answer, or not answer, sorry, they don't want to question and say, hey, I'm trying to make a new friend. Like, what is your name? What is your story? Like, where do you come from, and what made you come to New York? I don't get that. All I get is like, oh, you got camera equipment. You shoot videos. Like, guys, you lowblower wannabe hip hoppers, stop it with the fake requests. Tell me you got a business card. Listen, I do QR codes. If you're not, listen, I think business cards are obsolete in my opinion. As a photographer, I think they're obsolete because QR codes are much better. It's easier. You can scan. Yes, business card you can actually hold just in case you forget about someone's information. But cell phones have technology where you can send that through Bluetooth or AirDrop or IR scan. Yeah, you can send that information and have it on your phone. It's called contacts. It's like, this is why people don't really use their devices like they should. I use my device for everything. Recording video, taking photos, doing work, editing video, posting video, paying bills, paying my phone bill, paying my storage bill, which I need to pay that next month because I only paid for 5 months in advance. So, yeah. This is why I also need to make sure that I sell enough prints, so I need to pay off the storage company because at some point I need to return back to Vancouver. Sorry. At some point I need to return back to Vancouver and I need to go get some fresh clothes on, and I need to change a few of my items because I need to get back there at some point. But this is why I literally are trying to get people to buy my prints. I even tried to market it online. I spend stupid $30 to upgrade my website. knowing that no one's bought a print since I did that. Yeah, no one's bought a print since I upgraded. I literally spent $30 that should have been my food consumption because people were saying, "Oh well, if this is the problem." People were saying about the prints, like, well, if you don't have an online store, then it's going to make it difficult to actually contain actual clients, and that's true. This is why I wanted to upgrade to the website's online store because it is a problem. Like I said, Weebly is a problem. Weebly is literally like if I knew Wix was a better affordable platform, I would have went to Wix instead because Weebly is not upgrading. Weebly is trying to increase prices, or it's just like, come on, I'm paying what? I can go to Squarespace and pay like $10 a month for everything, including an online store, but I gotta pay what? $18 a month for pro service? Oh no! Now I have business plan for my website. Now it's actually $28. So yeah, $28, guys. So think about the financial expense that I'm spending to keep up the website up and running. So maybe one day someone will buy our plant. Maybe in a week or so, or 2 weeks from now. But really, I don't have 2 weeks to wait. I need to get out of New York City now because this is not livable. I don't understand how New Yorkers think this is livable when you guys don't care about each other. You guys don't look out for each other. Look what happened yesterday in the subway. Man attacked another guy over, oh my panda, over a can of beer. It's like, can't deal with this. Can't deal with all this nonsense. I literally need a stress-free life right now. And this is stressful, being in New York City, coming here, taking a risk to come into New York City. That's a big risk. This is why New York City is the riskiest city to come to, because once you're here, you may not be able to get back out. People look at you like if you don't exist. Look what happened yesterday with the young lady that's drugged out. Now, I've seen her several times. And by the way, she had a broken toe. She had a broken toe and she didn't want medical help. Because look what the city is doing. They don't care for anyone that is... Listen, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, but the city literally needs to start fucking caring about people that went into poverty. Someone that was never in poverty, now in poverty, it should be like, we should help people in general. But no. They wait till something bad happens to someone in order to make change. That is so silly. Why do you guys wait for something bad to happen to someone to make change? Look what happened during the winter time. There was a homeless serial killer out on the loose in New York City. And they waited. Guys, this is not the first time someone has killed a homeless man or hurt some homeless man or woman or child on the streets. And now they decided to wait until something literally bad happens to homeless people. 2 homeless men got shot during the wintertime. You waited to decide, oh, we're going to ask all our homeless to try to get inside. Knowing that the shelter system is another unsafe environment. It's a kind. It's just unsanitary place. Shelters are unsanitary. My fucking head. Allergies. New York City is getting dangerously dangerous to the point where I feel very, very unsafe. Like last night, 4 times in a row. It's like the bad guys came out to play. I need to use a defibrillator. I'm sorry, guys. I'm having lots of allergies and asthma problems. Oh my panda! I need to use a defibrillator. I think I might have to. I might have to call the hostel and ask them if can I use that defibrillator. If you guys don't know what a defibrillator is, it's for people that have chronic asthma, and I have that chronic asthma. And this is why my friend TP Thomas, he was like, "Hey man, be careful because your asthma is gonna really destroy you." Yeah, it did. Like last year, it destroyed me. Especially during the summertime, it literally destroyed me. Oh my panda. It's a Central Park, actually. This is one of the part. I don't come here quite often because I don't have clients at this time. So this is a location that I will come to take portraits and do portraits. You don't need a permit to do portraits. No, you don't. You don't need any type of permit in Central Park to do any photography whatsoever, unless you're doing it in, I don't know, events like the zoo. Right, the zoo is on the opposite side here. To my right. So, yeah, but this is a nice area. It's pretty decent and quiet. But I'm just trying to get out of New York City. I'm trying to sell prints. I'm trying to do anything I can to raise money to get out of New York City because right now I am not having the best luck whatsoever. So with that said, everyone, yeah, and you can literally right behind me, and you can literally, if I turn the wheel around, actually I can take you guys off because I noticed yesterday when I took you guys off the tripod, I want to compare the YouTube app versus the Premise Live app that I'm using now. This app here uses the stabilization on my iPhone. The YouTube app does not. The YouTube app makes everything look shaky, blurry, unseeable. This app does not, and you can tell I'm mobile right now. Look at that. Got the same clothes that I had on 4 days ago. And if you look over there in the distance, you can see the field, which everyone goes into the field. But yeah, New York City is a dangerous place, but this is a nice park. I like Central Park for the most part. But guys, if you guys want to help me with breakfast this morning and lunch today, because I have no money whatsoever. I didn't even eat yesterday. That's the bad part. And my friend Mike was like, "Hey, come down to ELS and go to a bar." I was like, "No, dude, we don't go to bars, man." He goes, "Oh, that's right. I'm so sorry you're not drinking." I'm like, "No, I'm not drinking, man. I'd rather go for ramen." But yeah, and he's trying to get me to come. How can I go out with all this? Literally. I think he was just drunk already or having a good time and thought about me. I know it was a nice gesture of him, but I'm way on the other side of town and I don't have transportation money. But with that said, everyone, I hope you guys enjoyed my conversation. I just wanted you guys to let you know that I'm having a difficult time right now. I'm like mostly depressed, mostly my anxiety is up. I'm kind of having unpleasant thoughts. That's how I'm going to put it. Unpleasant thoughts. But with that said, everyone, please consider buying a print from my website, please. Get some really good, nice imagery that you may want to hang up in your home. But with that said, everyone, I'm going to get going. And I'm going to sit here for a couple hours. I got nothing else to do. So with that said, everyone, see ya. Take care. Happy shooting. Enjoy your Tuesday.